What is up, YouTube? This is Ender from War and Glory, bringing you the latest recap. This is our Week 3 CWL matchup with Marshals'Nation. Just like Week 2 over BBC, we did get the 9-star victory here, 112 to 103. Overall, the statistics, hit rates were a little bit lower than last week, and I would say that's in large part due to that shrink trap. So we will be looking forward to that not being here next week. But overall, solid performance at every level. Um, Marshals'Nation had a good showing too, especially 9v9. They came out punching in, had an early 10v10. But 9v9s were dead even for both sides, providing the same amount of scouts. But War and Glory just outshined at 10v10, 10v11, and 11v10. So major props to all those guys. Before we do get into some of that action, I do want to give a huge shout out to the War and Glory Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 base building team. It's a lot of guys, too many to name right now, but just massive work this week. Holding Marshals'Nation to 2 out of 17 on 10v11. So getting them to soak so many of their Town Hall 10 attacks into those bases, the top 5 bases, and only clearing 2 of them. So that not only shortens up their 10v10 attacks available, but also forces Marshals'Nation to clear 3 of these bases with their 11s. They did triple Vincent, but had to clear the 4 and 5 with 2 stars from their 11s. So big shout out to the base building team. And we will get started with some 10v11 action. This is Albert going in on their number 2, getting 71%, just insane. And to be honest, it would have been bigger percentage if these hogs had gone right and lured this CC. You can see he does have Baby Dragon, a couple archers, and a poison spell, which was supposed to take care of this Lalo CC. This was the second hit on the base. Doesn't get that lure. So that 71% just as easily could have been mid, upper 70s. Who knows? The Queen definitely took her time taking down that enemy Lava Hound. So, going to start with some Golem Bowler kill squads at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Jumping in at 4:30 with the kill squad, a couple Golem Bowlers, both heroes there. This is where obviously that Queen will get held up with that Lalo CC, so would have liked to have that taken care of. But Queen staying largely unhit from anything at this point. A couple pups have gotten onto her, but that's it. Eagle does finally target her, but she still has that ability going to use that. Takes out the sweeper. The remaining hits on that Town Hall. And from there, he has that Baby Dragon and the 2 archers that he wanted to use with that CC lure. So gonna get another percentage out of that Baby Dragon. Those archers are next to worthless at this point. But just massive lure from Albert. He is one of those on that Town Hall 11 base bowling team too. So him coming in with the 4-pack on 10v11 and some crazy base building, fantastic war for him. We will get started with the 10v10 now. We did have 4 this war compared with MN's 3. Overall, the 10v10 count down with that shrink trap. Definitely made 3-starring any base a lot harder this week. But not only that, we knew that this war was in the bag as long as we dipped the 10s with our 11s well. So instead of expanding on a couple close 10v10 attacks that we had, we used those to fresh as many bases as we could, so those 11s weren't having to dip on too many fresh bases. They did dip on a few fresh bases, but just doing what we needed to do to get the W, and did it very well. That is a good time to shout out to our Town Hall 11s for going perfect with dips, 10 out of 10. Huge, especially when you're seeing numbers throughout the league dipping slightly this week. And then again, our base builders, we did force MN to have 5 dip veils on our 10s. So that in large part accounts for the 9-star difference. So obviously this was you going in on their 16. Didn't talk much about it, but CWL, I think this was fairly early in war too. I know MN picked up the first 10v10. I think this was the second one after it, so nice to respond. If I'm mistaken, oh well. We will move on to the next one. Had a couple Lalo and a couple minor 10v10s, so. Speaking of which, we will see a minor hit here. This is J-Rald going in on 3-star Your Mom. Has some funnel troops at 3 o'clock, but that Queen charge starting at 6 o'clock has 9 wall breakers, so looking to break her in. As the raged up wall breakers get that first layer taken care of. Has 6 more wall breakers, so expecting for him to do something more. I know I've seen this attack, it's been quite a while since I've seen it. But that Queen does step up, takes out the enemy Queen before that CC approaches her. Golem CC, so definitely wanting to take care of that with the Queen as opposed to the miners. But really, I think their Town Hall 10s only ran Golem or Lalo CCs, so not many Troll CCs. BK funneling at 9 o'clock with miners going straight for that first Inferno. Did have those extra wall breakers to break that Queen into that Inferno compartment. Unfortunately, there was a giant bomb there. Wasn't able to test it. But that Queen is smart and backs out of the Inferno range to beat down on that wall. So nicely done by the Queen there. Definitely smarter than mine. And from there, it's pretty much game over. It does have had a heal pretty late for those miners, so a ton of troops getting through the rest of the base. Nice hit by J-Rald. Him coming in with the 10v10 after the 6-pack last week, so huge couple weeks for J-Rald getting it done. This is Stitch going in with mass miners. Pretty creative plan here. Going to Sui Heroes at 11 o'clock. Taking out those perimeter defenses, which will be a nice funnel for his miners coming in at 1:30. Also has those 4 loons and a haste spell. Wants to take care of, I think, this mortar wizard tower archer. Doesn't get that wizard tower down, unfortunately, but still is going to create a nice funnel for these miners coming in from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Gonna have an early rage on those miners to get through 4 storages and both Infernos, but after that has 4 heals, and it is going to be clear sailing for those miners. Does have the Lalo C here, so can poison the loon and tear through the rest of the space. So creative way for Stitch there to funnel those miners, those raged up miners into those first Inferno towers, and after that it is game over. Basically just some cleanup at this point. Does have those 2 cannons, but way too many miners for them to make much of any difference. And an OP minion up there. Okay, moving along, we got Golden Armada going in on their 19. In my opinion, the craziest 10v10 that I saw this war. I don't know how GA is able to basically have 2 Lalos going in at different parts of the base at the same time. Crazy timing, but it's something we see GA do in war all the time and in FCs, so gotten pretty used to it, but still kind of leaves me in shock and awe when I see it happen. So does get the Sui heroes there at 5 o'clock, able to take down that enemy queen. Did have the 2 skeletons for her in case she's not down. Ends up not needing them, but starts a Lalo over there at like 3 o'clock and a Lalo at the same time at 8 o'clock. Both Lalos are going to meet up in that core where he can heal them down. Since he did not need the skeletons for that enemy Archer Queen, he's going to use them near that last air defense just to distract some defenses. Unfortunately, also luring that enemy hound into the base. But able to take out those last remaining defenses. Fortunately, no pups or anything on that enemy hound, so no worries there. But yeah, great attack from Golden Armada. Just crazy but perfect timing, so really cool to see. And that is it for the 10v10s. I'm going to show Zoli here getting the 97% just because he had us cracking up on voice watching this hit. Unfortunately, he was not in voice chat when he attacked the space. If he was, it would have been a triple. Going in with Hogs is gonna swag a heal that could have easily tripled the space, but 3 golems coming in at 130, a wall break and a jump and a rage with CC bowlers. After that, he's got 3 heals and a haste for his Hogs. And never used that last heal until it was way too late. Just hilarious, so I gotta put it on here. Gonna start his Hogs at 4:30, hasting into that Inferno, then coming in at 6 o'clock. At this point, he's got 2 heals left. Hogs are thinning out at 6 o'clock, but that Archer Queen is working like a beauty, taking out that backside Inferno. Not sure why he's not putting one of the heals down here at minimum, but he is going to get those Hogs healed up through this compartment. They do hit the shrink trap there, but take down this Archer Tower. Everyone in voice chat is just screaming to use the heal, but this was in the last hour of war, so we're all pretty relaxed at this point. Still, even here, a heal spell would save those Hogs. There's no spring trap here. Would get the triple. Instead, Zasoli chooses to swag it. He didn't know that he had it. I don't know how that happened, but I guess by the time he finally notices it, he throws it on his queen here. Unfortunately, doesn't have the time to take out the last 3 buildings just in reach. So putting him on blast just a little bit. But funny as hell. Really funny, especially when really didn't need it. So, the war wasn't on the line. Yeah, so we will hop into some 9v9 action here. Do have Sergeant Mac with the fresh 6-pack. So this is second attack of the war, going in on their 40. 3 golem kill squad going in at 4:30 with CC bowlers. And really just crushes through much more than half of the base here. Brought 12 or maybe more Hogs, I don't know. But really more than needed. That Queen doing work over there at 2 o'clock. And Sergeant Mac is showing Zoli how to swag a heal spell on a Hog attack. Making sure he gets the job done. So shout out to Sergeant Mac here with the fresh 6-pack. And again, really up and down this whole war, Orgoy brought it. Again, that shrink trap providing for a couple, a little bit lower hit rates than normal, but still 112 stars. Not a bad score, very solid. So we will take that and look forward to I think a huge matchup next week with North Watchers. Pretty sure they're 3-0, and their Town Hall 10s have been on fire this season, so should be a good one. Until then, next time, peace.